It is good to be back, man. It is good to be back. So, you ever had like a moment, like a situation where you were in a relationship with a woman and then all of a sudden she just goes, she leaves, right? You get dumped, you get cheated on. This is what I'm going to talk about in this video, and this is going to be a lot of value, right, for a lot of you guys out there, right, when it comes to dating. Um, there were multiple situations in my life where I was talking to a woman, maybe we were in a situation, we were in a relationship, and she just done their left. She just dumped me, cheated me, bro, and she was just gone, bro, right? And this is what I'm gonna discuss, bro. So, women will like confidently give you as a man incorrect answers on purpose to see if you are aware, right? This goes very deep into awareness, and women do this. I think this is the way they gain trust. They gain trust of a man leaving them in a relationship, in a situationship, right? This is how a woman get to actually trust your leadership as a man, is to see if you're aware, right? So when you are hearing things like on the internet, women taste men, this is one of those things, right? And women taste men for various of things, like a lot of things, just not just one thing. But let me just sum it up to you, right? Women taste men for, first of all, their competence. A woman wants to see that you are competent as a man. Competency is very valuable when it comes to dating for a woman. That's one of the biggest green flags for a woman, right? You as a man being competent, right? The second thing is strength, right? What are you made of? This is not physical, bro. This is everything. These are your internal values, right? Like a woman wants to see your core identity of as you as a man, like your G's, your internal being. This is what they want to see. This is what a woman, right, trying to taste, right? And she wants to taste your ability to say no, right? A lot of guys, they cannot do this. And another thing that women do is they're tasting to see if you're able to actually be aware. Be aware, bro, right? And this also falls into competency. This also falls into her trusting you to lead her, right? It's actually seeing if you're actually a smart guy. Can you even fucking lead in the first place, right? So when you're communicating with a woman, what you're going to understand is that every sentence that comes out of your mouth matters, bro. It matters. And what you gotta understand, everything that comes out of your mouth, this could either increase or decrease your value in that woman's eyes, bro. Right? So it could be real world value, it could be perceived value, but if she perceives you as low value, it's over. It's over, my G. So at all times, a woman is tasting your fear of loss, right? And this stems in you as a man being able to let that woman go. Are you gonna be nervous? Are you gonna be nervous to tell her what is wrong? To tell her what what to tell her actually no, right? Are you gonna be scary to lose that woman and actually tell her the truth? Because she has a certain level of attractiveness, right? Then she doesn't get the truth a lot. She doesn't get the truth a lot. So just because she's a 10, right? Nobody else is actually gonna tell her that she's not actually smart and her opinion doesn't matter. And that's one big thing that lacks. So this is why women are tasting you, bro. And the second thing that a woman tasting is she's tasting your interest level, right? And this is one big problem, right? Because a lot of guys, when they get into a relationship and a situation with a woman and they have good chemistry and they start talking, right? And conversation is good, right? They think that they could just say anything that they want to, bro. They could just start communicating freely, and this is just not true. This is not true, bro, because they think like if they are compatible with that woman, they could just communicating freely, and this could not be further from the truth, right? Because what you gotta understand, right, when you're communicating with a woman, there are hidden tastes, hidden context that you are exposing when you or during all of these conversations with that woman, right? And there are things that you are communicating consciously, right? That you're actually conscious of, and there are things that you're communicating subconsciously, right? And this is why you don't see it, because you are communicating your beliefs, you're communicating um a lot of things about yourself that are going to tell that woman about you to, a core level, a very core level, right? And this is where she either sees that strength, right? And she sees a level of competency in you that a lot of guys don't see, right? So a lot of guys, when they just start communicating freely, they are communicating their interest level, they are communicating their attachment level, they are communicating their beliefs, they are communicating whether things are going good or bad, right? And what you say as a man could either this could decrease your interest level in that woman's eyes, my G. This is why you gotta really pay attention to what you are saying, to everything in these conversations, because there are hidden tastes that woman is showing in your way, bro. Right? Even the smallest of things, right? And I'm gonna give you an example so that this could actually sink in, right? So women will try and even convince you, like if you're in a conversation with a woman, she will even try to convince you of incorrect things to see if you are going to agree with it, even in just the subtle ways, bro. It's just in little subtle ways, right? When you're communicating that with that woman, she will try and squeeze in her idea and see if you're gonna agree with it, bro, even if you think it's incorrect, right? So let me give you an example, right? You and this woman, let's say you're baking muffins. It's a Saturday, you're baking muffins, right? And on the instructions, right, it's written that it takes 30 minutes for those muffins to get ready, and then you can take it out of the microwave or the oven, right? She saw that, right? She saw that the instructions said 30 minutes. You saw that it said 30 minutes, right? And y'all go sit down 30 minutes later, right? She tells you no, but the packet say 10 more. You gotta wait 10 more minutes, right? Then the muffins would be ready, right? And this is a little competency test that women throw your way to see if you're actually gonna tell her no. The instructions say 30 minutes. The muffins are ready, right? And just these little things, this get a woman to actually start trusting your leadership as a man. And this is why you gotta actually be aware, right? So if she goes, the sky is blue, right? You tell that woman, no, the sky is not blue. The sky is not blue, the sky is green, right? I said it in a whole whatever. I said, way backwards. But if she goes, the sky is green, right? You tell her, no, the sky is not green, right? And you're going to have to be aware of that. And you're going to tell her the sky is blue. The sky is actually blue, bro. And what 99% of guys do, or what a lot of guys do, right? You got to understand that 99, this is who women are dealing with each and every day, right? So what a lot of guys do, they just agree. They just agree, right? They think it's just a small thing. They just agree. They just say yes. And a woman can see that you just agreeing with her and agreeing with certain things that she says just cause you want her in your life. Like, you're not actually coming out of a point of truth of your own opinion. You don't even fucking form your own opinion, my G. And this is why most of these guys get left. So these are small competency tests that women will throw your way, right? A woman, she needs to see that you have the ability to tell her no. I'm telling you, bro, a woman's favorite word is no, bro. I'm telling you, G. That's a woman's favorite word, bro. It's no, right? And one thing I've realized over the years, just by experience, right? The more feminine a woman is, right? The more these tastes occur, my G. The more these tastes occur. So women will always try and taste, right, your interest level. She will always test your compliance level, right? Your ability to agree with things that are wrong. You saying no to things that are wrong, your compliance level. And then the woman will also taste your willingness to agree with things that you know aren't true. And these are the tests that will occur, my G. And you're going to have to pay attention because, you know, especially when it comes to feminine women, right? They try and get you to soften up and all these things, right? And then you put down your walls, right? And you fail all these tests and she just leaves. So this is why a lot of guys get dumped. This is why a lot of guys get dumped and they don't see it coming. They don't see it coming. They say things like, well, she just ghosted me randomly. They say things that like everything was great and we had great chemistry, let's say for 6 months, and now she just acts distant. Or they say things like, well, I just completely got blindsided, right? And out of nowhere she just left. You gotta understand, this is why women leave on these type of relationship, because all of these tastes, all of these compliance tastes, they add up, right? You're not seeing, but the woman is she's well aware. Trust me, she's well aware of that, right? It adds up, and she starts to change her mind being with you. She starts to change her mind, bro. So women would at all times taste if you are faking your confidence as a man. She will taste it, bro. And she going to taste if you have a strong sense of identity. And I'm telling you, bro, if you wanna work on yourself as a man, this is gonna take a lot of time alone, right? This gonna take you knowing yourself to a very, very great level, knowing what you would and would not put up with, right? This is you going to have some standards that you're going to have to live by for yourself. You're going to have to know yourself to a deeper level, bro. And I'm telling you, the only way you can do it as a man is actually being comfortable by being alone and actually being contained, right? So even if everything is great between you and a woman, everything you believe that everything is good, there's great chemistry, like you're doing everything right, what you gotta understand as a man, if she feels she can do better, she will. If she feels she can do better, she will. So it doesn't matter if she claimed that she liked you. She claimed that she liked you. She claimed that, you know, she loved you, right? It doesn't matter if you and that woman spent a year together, more than a year together, right? When she feels that you're too weak, it's over. It's over, bro. So you're going to have to learn to say no. To learn to say no. Because when you just are a yes guy, right? Yes, 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 and you start just agreeing to things, she'll start to doubt your leadership. And they will even do this on purpose. That's what I'm telling you. Woman will taste you these things, and she will start doubting your leadership. This is why you as a guy are always going to have to be away. Always going to, you know, be competent. It's your duty as a man to actually become as competent as you can, right? You are going to have to demonstrate awareness, bro. Like the example I gave you, bro, with the muffins. You're going to have to demonstrate awareness. And the last thing is, you're going to have to observe every little sentence. Every sentence, because it matters. It matters. There are hidden tastes in those sentences, in this conversation that we do with that woman, right? That she's going to throw you away, that most guys don't see. And you as a guy are going to have the ability to spot these things, to be able to have a discrepancy from the other guys, so that you know what I'm saying. This is how you level up from the other guys. This is how you separate from the other guys, my G. And the last thing I'm going to end the video with, right? What you're going to have to understand is that the taste never ends. The taste, they never end, my G. Women will never stop tasting you as a gent, right? They never end. So this is what you gotta know. right? And if you like what I said, and if you think, like, I'll go even way much deeper when it comes to my program, when it comes to my dating accelerators program, where I literally show you as a guy, bro, how to attract women, how to talk to women, and even how to retain them in your relationship, bro. So if you want to accelerate your dating life, make sure you DM me on Instagram at RampUpForReal, bro. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.